I know I spent a lot of time leading up to what I'm about to share with you, and it's because this is truly the most important financial concept to ever learn and execute. I know that if anyone would exercise what they are about to learn, it would completely change their financial future, their family's financial future, and all their next generation's financial futures. And that is my hope for you. So, with that being said, let's get into how to grow your money without any risk or taxes. I'm going to be using a simple shoebox. What's really cool is that sometimes when I talk about using a shoebox for building wealth, people say, hey, I'm already using a shoebox for my money now. So it just reinforced my decision to use a shoebox to illustrate how to grow your money without any risk or taxes. There are different stages or phases that we go through with our finances. While we are working, we are in or should be in the stashing money or savings phase. Side note, if you're not stashing or saving, please see my other video about spending less than your. The stashing or savings phase is simply when we're putting as much money as we can into our shoebox. The accumulation phase has already started happening at the same time, which simply means that the amount of money in our shoebox is starting to grow. Side note. Can we put a pin in this slide? Yes? Why, I can hear you asking. So the reason I want to put a pin in this slide for now is that I want to point out and really address a key factor right now. While there's also an accumulation phase going on now along with the stashing and savings phase, using a simple shoebox will never allow us to come anywhere near how fast we can accumulate money, taking full advantage of an accumulation strategy that I want to share with you, but not yet. For now, would it be okay to stick a pin in this? And I promise we will revisit. I hear you shaking your heads, yes. Thank you. So, as we were stashing away and saving in our shoebox, we have an amount of money that is in our shoebox and available to us, the amount saved. The amount of money available to us comes from our individual ability to stash and save. Please understand that it does not matter how much you have in your shoebox. It is understanding the concept or strategy that is so important at this point. Remember, it's almost like it's so straightforward that sophisticated people overanalyze and miss it. Let's grow our money without any risk or taxes. For money to grow, it has to be moving. Money in motion makes money, and only money in motion makes money. So how do we get our money moving? Then we increase the speed at which our money moves through our possession, which will increase the speed that our money will grow. How many of you want to increase the speed that your money grows? Yes, me too. You've stashed and saved and accumulated $50,000. Remember, take a 0 or 2 away, add a 0 or 2 on. Don't let the numbers take you away from the strategy. Okay? The $50,000 for that beautiful vehicle, the beautiful vehicle that you have dreamed about. So, you take a deep breath. You empty your shoebox. I can feel that pain of emptying the shoebox. And you pay cash for it. Now, right here, in the next few moments, this determines if you will respect your money as much as you respect the corner bank's money and become your own wealth builder, or if you'll just give up interest you could have earned elsewhere and go back to square one and start stashing and saving into that now empty shoebox again. Right here is where you can decide to become the banker and start using your debt to make you wealthier than you could have ever imagined. So right here is where you become your own banker and ask yourself, how would you like to finance this purchase and pay back the 50 grand you took from the shoebox? The new you banker, borrower, sets your own terms and says, I'll pay $961 a month. So $961 a month gets paid back into the shoebox, which is 11,532 years of back into the shoebox. So I have a question for you. After making the year payments, do you have $10,000 back in your shoebox? Yeah, you do. You actually have $11,532 back in your shoebox. So, let's take that $10,000 and buy a couple of four-wheelers. Right here is where the new you The new banker borrow asks, how would you like to finance this purchase and pay back the $10,000 you took from the shoebox? The new you banker says, I'll pay $441 a month. So now you put the $441 a month back into the shoebox, which is $5,292 a year back into the shoebox. So I have a question for you. After the second year of paying on the vehicle, and after 1 year of paying on the four-wheelers, do you have $10,000 back in your shoebox? Heck yes, right? We actually have the $11,532 from the vehicle, plus the $5,292 from the four-wheelers. So we have $11,532 plus the $5,292, which actually equals $16,824 back in the shoebox. So let's take the $10,000 and buy a new pool. So once again, right here is where the new you, the new banker borrower, asks yourself, how would you like to finance this purchase and pay back the $10,000 you took from the shoebox? The new you banker says, I'll pay $233 a month. So you now pay $233 a month back into the shoebox, which is $2,797 a year back in the shoebox. Let's take a look at what happened. We started with $50,000. We paid a total of $69,192 back into the shoebox of the vehicle. We paid a total of $10,584 back into our shoebox for the four-wheelers. We paid a total of $11,188 back into our shoebox for the pool. So $69,192 for the SUV, plus the $10,584 for the four-wheelers, plus the $11,188 for the pool, brings us to a total of $90,964 back into the shoebox. Does that blow your mind? It did. Mine. The first time I ever saw this, over 10 years ago, I was in Salt Lake City. I remember thinking, holy crap, this is what the banks have been doing to me. No wonder I don't have any money. I figured out what the percent of increase was in the shoebox. It comes to 82%. 82%. This is amazing, yes? Was there any risk involved? Nope, no risk. So just to recap, what just happened? We started with $50,000 in our shoebox. We took out 3 loans from our shoebox. And taking loans was pretty easy since the loan officer, I kind of know him. We paid every payment, principal and interest, back into our shoebox. Our shoebox grew from $50,000 to $90,964. That's an 82% amount of growth without exposing our money to any risk. We always had control of all of our money. We did not expose any of our money to taxes. Imagine making 82% gains in the market or somewhere that this growth would be taxed. How much would you really be left with after taxes? In a tax environment, how much profit would you have to make in order to be able to be left with a profit of 82% after the taxes? Side note, obviously the exact numbers and tax laws and tax information pertaining to taxes should be acquired from a tax professional. I wanted to share this really simple strategy that, did you catch it? The corner banks have been using on us. I am so passionate about paying it forward to you as so many have paid it forward to me.